It is really the craft of the creative, in the sense that sometimes you have to be a little bit of, how would we say, a creative soul. What we really want to do, to explain this to you in simple terms, is we want to crochet a row of single crochet along there, and as soon as we get to here we know we've got 15 stitches in the round, and then we're going to do more single crochet to meet back at this point here. Now for me, I normally do a single crochet where I've started, where the round starts. I do 7 along here, 15 in one each of the previous 15 stitches, and 7 along there, which gives me 30 stitches again. It's just easy to remember, and it should be approximately the same width as the foot of the sock. So it's aesthetically pleasing, if I can spit that out. Okay, so I'm going to go and do a single crochet, and then start by wriggling your hook through some of the stitches in the previous round. Now you'll have to be a little bit freeform here. You have to just find a place for your hook to enter. Just space your stitches evenly. There's no real rule saying where you have to do them, because you're working into the side of the stitches of the previous rounds. So I've already done 1 and I want to do 7 more, so I'll just try and space them properly as I go along. I've got the first one, the starting stitch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, do 1 in there, 5, 6, 7, and that brings me up to the start of the remaining 15 stitches that we didn't touch while we were doing the heel. So we'll just continue by doing that in there. 1, oops, just trying to knock the camera over with the hook. 2, 3, 4. Okay, it's very nice to work with self-striping yarn, because as you can see, as we're progressing, it's changing colour, and it's nice to see the effect of the yarn as we continue. Okay, oops, and it might be possible, depending on how tightly you crochet, you might have to add another stitch or two to this first initial round, the one that shapes your sock ankle and your sock shaft. We'll see now in a moment how it looks. Okay, and then we're back again at the side. We've done our 15. Going to go back along the top here and neaten it out a bit. So we're just going to do 7 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Oops. Number 3 decided to undo itself. Number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, eek, and 7. And I'm more or less back where I started, and I go back in through the top of the first stitch, join with the slip stitch, and then we're ready to go. So that's what we've done so far. I'm going to do a couple of rows in the round here, just continue on with 1 double crochet, or sorry, 1 single crochet in each of the stitches in the previous round. And again, I've done 30 simply because it's easy for me to remember. I've done 30 stitches all the way up and 30 stitches around here, and I'm going to keep going for a couple of rounds. Let me show you where I've got to so far. Now I'm on the 3rd round, and as you can see, the ankle shaft is beginning to take shape, and from here on in it's really quite mindless. You basically just keep going around and around and around and around and around until the ankle has reached its desired length. Let me show you one that I did earlier. This is number 20. So that was my sock. I'll just hold the other one up against it so you can see. We got this far, and you just go backwards and forwards and backwards, or sorry, not backwards and forwards, around and around and around and around and around until it's long enough for you to fold down, just like that. And then you cut your yarn, you weave in your ends, and you attach your clothes peg with the number on it, and your sock is ready to go. And that's how you make an Advent baby sock.